All right, y'all, we back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions, and right now we finna find out what happened with Roddy Ricch and his album, man. They say that he totally destroyed his rollout. Let's find out how. Let's go.
Roddy Ricch was supposed to finally release his new Navy album this month on December 5th. However, just like we also saw on October 24th, July 18th, April 25th, or February 21st, and even as far back to last December, at a ridiculous total of now 6 delays and counting, Roddy Ricch's Navy rollout has turned into an absolute disaster.
First off, this is either the 5th or 6th date just in 2025 that this has happened with. I don't know why people are just saying this now. This has been happening since February.
On each of the 6 times that Navy has been scheduled to drop, its release date quietly got pushed back with only hours to spare. And with not one explanation from Roddy or his team, this then leaves us with the question: did Roddy Ricch simply lose all of his confidence? Or is something deeper going on behind the scenes?
This is crazy because you don't usually see artists keep saying when their album is coming and dropping. I don't know. This is interesting. Let's watch.
Well, it's not the reason you probably expect.
I think with him, I think they're scared of that. Or whether it be him, the label, somebody, we can't have another one of those.
As crazy as this is about to sound, it has now been over 6 years since Roddy's debut album completely took over the world. Back in 2019, when Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial exploded into the mainstream, and The Box became one of the biggest records of the year, going on to get certified diamond, in the moment, it truly felt like we were watching rap's next megastar take shape.
Damn, 6 years. Time flies.
And, like you could guess, the money was flowing in just as fast.
Man, so when we talk about feed the streets, this dude got a full diamond fork, knife, and napkin in the fork.
While Roddy may still have enough money to buy insane jewelry like this though, today his delays are the only thing making him headlines, not his music itself. However, in order to get to the bottom of these 6 ridiculous delays, and understand how the Navy album is already a meme, competing with GTA 6 to see who will ever release, first we have to look back at how we even got here. Roddy Ricch's biggest enemy has always been the ghost of his own early success, ever since his entry into the game with his Feed the Streets mixtape in 2017, and then its sequel a year later. Once he heard Roddy's fire track, F It Up, this one song and music video was all that Dallas Martin needed to see. Roddy Ricch rightfully dominated the charts as we entered into this new decade, leading to even stars such as Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez, literally asking their fans to play their music on silent while they sleep, and begging them to try and help them take over Roddy from #1.
Oh, I remember that movement. Everybody made a big spectacle out of that. They made Justin Bieber look thirsty. I remember that. The Box was at #1. I want to say 31 weeks. It was up #1 for a long time. I remember The Box like dominating that year.
So I just found out that my album is neck to neck with another incredible artist. I told people before that, it's not about numbers for me, but I would love for the most important album I've ever released to become #1 on all the platforms. It would mean the absolute world to me.
But it wasn't just Roddy's solo songs either. Combined with hit features like the #1 smash Rockstar with DaBaby, giving us a Billboard Top 10 here that should instantly spark a lot of lockdown nostalgia. Achieving all this success at just 20 years old, Roddy Ricch truly looked unstoppable. However, despite some even arguing that he was next in line to enter hip-hop's Big 3,
Huh? No. I never heard that. Next in line to be a part of the Big 3 is crazy. That's kind of a reach. A big reach. I never heard that one. Did y'all hear that one? Yeah, No, I didn't hear that one.
Unfortunately, what happened next was the total opposite. And it didn't take long for fans to start to notice.
Yeah, all that shit was so good, I just never foreseen to be here this fast. Like, because it's been a while where it's like, what the f is going on? Because he was like it was no skips for me. I f with him from the door. First, I used to think that he was like depressed, like because when Nipsey died, I know they was real attached, and that was a mentor of his, and I thought that could affect him.
As some speculated that the tragic loss of fellow rapper Nipsey Hussle may have also impacted Roddy creatively, considering that the two were close friends, and even won their first Grammy together for Racks in the Middle. Well, that was before last year, when Roddy went viral for forgetting about this same Grammy trophy in an old storage unit.
Oh my God, bro. The nigga left the Grammy in the storage. How much does this Grammy mean to you? That's what that narrative creates right there. That creates that narrative. How much does this Grammy mean to you? But, I mean, hey, that's neither here nor there. He could have been moving out. packing shit, in between moving. I don't know. Who knows?
What the heck is this? Roddy Ricch? There's no way this was his freaking Grammy. Roddy Ricch Grammy? Was this his freaking locker? Did we just find Roddy Ricch's locker? I just want to make sure that you check it and everything's good. This is your problem now. Yeah. Alright? I just want you guys to check it. I'm giving you back in one piece. I don't want any problems or anything. It's there in one piece.
While he did eventually get the Grammy back and returned, one thing that Roddy Ricch has still never regained, though, is his hype. And as it turns out, everything changed with his next album. When you skyrocket into the mainstream with a record-setting smash as big as The Box, this doesn't just raise expectations, but it can often be a curse in disguise.
It is a curse. Fuck often. That's a curse. When you have a record so massive, listen, you know how hard it is to get a #1 record? Listen, really think about how many artists are in the world doing music. How many artists in your city alone are doing music? You're talking about being the #1 out of all these motherfuckers. And not only being #1 for a week, not for 2 weeks, not for 3 weeks, we're talking about for months. You're #1. You're in the #1 spot. When people go look at the chart that they just define who's the hottest artist in the world right now, they look at Billboard Hot 100. Who got the hottest song? Because that's a hot artist right now. And they see Roddy Ricch for 31 weeks. And then your name fades down. And then they stop seeing your name. And then you're dropping music. You're dropping songs, but it's not going top 40. It's not going top 80. It's not even going top 100. You know what that starts? Damn, he can't even get top 40. He can't get top 80. Damn, he done fell off. He done fell off. Because people don't understand, like, that shit's not easy. It's every artist, and you know that's the label too, how much money the label's gonna pump into you to get you to that spot. Because you don't just get there off of great talent. No. You don't just get the #1 off of great talent. That's a lot of money well spent with these labels paying radio, these labels paying promotion, marketing, all kind of shit goes into making these artists who they are and how big they are. This shit ain't just pure talent. That's 10% of what goes into this shit. Talent is 10%. It's 90% business. And that's a fact. It's 90%. And I learned that the hard way when we first got this shit. I was thinking like, all you have to do is be dope. Just be able to rap. Just be able to do shoot type videos and drop music on your YouTube channel. No. No, it takes way more.
And if you're not careful, can easily trap your career in a literal box. Because whether he liked it or not, following his debut album, any follow-up attempt that he'd now try would be judged and compared, and thus will almost always feel underwhelming. Something that Roddy himself has acknowledged before.
I talk about just like in life. A steady incline is the best thing. Even it just in general, like you never want to rise to the top too fast in anything.
Facts.
Because usually when you get to the top, there's no other way to go but down.
Right. Facts.
After feeling on top of the world at such a young age, Roddy's momentum would indeed take a turn downhill. With the entire industry awaiting his next move, in late 2021 then arrived Live Life Fast, Roddy's second album released through Atlantic. However, despite calling this a masterpiece with a quote-unquote no-skip policy, and despite Live Life Fast loaded feature list we can read here, this policy was a straight-up lie. There are definitely plenty of skips.
Damn.
Live Life Fast is definitely a switch up, but sadly it's not a great one. Cause on this record, track after track, I feel like I'm just patiently waiting, sitting here, hoping for Roddy to play to his strengths, but he never really does. Because what he's doing here is just absolutely not special or stand out in any way whatsoever, especially in comparison with his pretty good debut album.
See, that's the thing, man. They're going to always hold you to that standard. Like you had a fucking breakthrough year. You fucking dominated on the Billboard charts. You dominated in the features. They're going to always hold you to that standard. And when you don't meet that standard, they're going to bash you. They're going to say, yeah, he just didn't give us what he once gave us. It will never be this. It will never be the box. He could never remake high fashion. And that shit plays a toll on artists, bro. It do. A lot of artists gonna say it don't get to them. It don't affect them. Yes, it does. That shit plays a part because it takes away from your artistry. When you're making these records that you feeling are dope and you want to give the fans what you think they want and you're giving it to them and they're just, throwing it up, rejecting it, spitting it back out. Yeah, we don't want this shit. We want what you gave us with the box. And you can't remake that. Lightning don't strike in the same place twice. That's what they say. And it be like that for a lot of artists. Some artists, they could do it up. They could keep coming with number ones. Now that's who's in the big three. That's why I said the conversation about Roddy being in the big three. I never heard that. But, Drake is one of the ones. For 15 years, he showed niggas, I can do it again and again and again and again. Kendrick Lamar, I could do it again and again. And then J. Cole, I could do it again. You know what I mean? But then everybody can't do it. Some niggas have a nice 10-year run. That's rare. Some niggas have a nice 5-year run. That's rare. And then you got the one niggas who just have like a 2-year and go crazy. That's common. Super common. Right now, you could probably name 5 artists who are only, just off the top of your head, that was hot for 2 years. Go ahead and put it in the comment section. Name 5 artists. They had a 2-year run, a strong 2-year run.
Fans hoping to hear Roddy take that next step and evolve into superstar status. Instead, this was far from the truth. In addition to both lower streaming numbers and first week sales, almost a 50% decrease to be precise, Roddy's second album, Live Life Fast, simply left the majority of us feeling disconnected from that old artist we were used to. Jokes even started flying around that Roddy Ricch had fired his old ghostwriter. And I will also have to agree, there are times throughout this album where it sounds like a totally different artist. Perhaps Roddy let the success get to his head a little bit, or maybe he really did make some changes to his production theme. Yet, what was worse is how Roddy Ricch responded next. Guess I'm a flop now, Roddy typed on his story following all these negative reviews, and after getting clowned on some more for posting another trash snippet, shit crazy.
See? Tell me that's not getting to you. That's signs that it's getting to him.
Before then, Roddy went on to post this peace out emoji to his 7 million followers, and then delete his social media accounts altogether.
So you put out a snippet, right? Why did you get off social media so quick? It felt like it was reactionary.
I feel like shit. The top of the year, you go back to Instagram. Top of the year, I posted a picture. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta pop up. Cause niggas saying I disappeared. In my thinking, I ain't disappeared. I've been in my skin this whole time. Shit, I'm here. But I guess maybe the world need to see me a little more present. I guess maybe the world need to hear this music a little more clear.
Later adding to that personal life issues also factored into why he deleted his accounts. Regardless, while others tried to chalk this album up to being victim of the dreaded sophomore slump, a year later in 2022, then arrived Feed the Streets 3. A clear attempt to return back to that old Roddy Ricch we all loved, with the third installment of his mixtape series. But, although, in my opinion, and as the reviews also reflect, while a tiny step up from Live Life Fast, sadly, this project still failed to stick at all.
It's just...
Damn. God damn, man. Ooh. That's the gift and the curse, man, of having number ones in a great year, a great freshman year. That's why I be like, even with them XXL freshman covers, I be like, that shit is a jinx, man. That shit is really a jinx. They put you on these freshman covers and it puts you in the people's eye. It paints a perception that like you're the best out right now. You're the top 10 best. So people start holding you to that standard of being the best. It's like saying, you're a big three. Oh, you're the big three? All right. Well, we want to see who the best out of the big three. Now they're going to put you on this 10. Who's the best? Because out of the top 10 XXL freshmen, somebody got to be last place. Somebody got to be first place. Now it puts you in that conversation. Who's the best out of 10 people on the cover? And then they start having a year, and it'd be like, the following next year, you'd be like, where are they now? A lot of these niggas on the cover. You'd be like, where they at that fast? Y'all remember the Moray nigga? Oh, man, what happened to him? That's just a random person. My boy had that Quicksand song, and I swear to God, they spit that nigga out so fast. What happened to him? But we could go down a list of all kind of people who had like that breakthrough XXL cover year, or just a year in general. No XXL cover needed. And you like, damn, nigga, you just knew this nigga was gonna be big. And then next thing you know, where are they now?
Mediocre at best. Like there's nothing.
Made in Tokyo. Shout out Made in Tokyo. But look how, at one point, you would have thought he was gonna be the biggest shit or one of the biggest artists.
That stands out. And when I look at Roddy Ricch and his career, right, he's known as the box guy. And I don't know if he's ever gonna be able to come close to that, make a project that has done as good as that.
For a guy like Roddy Ricch, who used to craft heavenly melodies and earworm hooks with ease, instead, it now just kept sounding like he was being forced to record new music. Even his feature next to Post Malone on Cooped Up, if you ask me, is pretty trash and damn near painful to sit through. But
damn, look how people think about you. Like, how do you go, it's me still being me, y'all. I still got it. That's what nigga want to say. I still got it. It's me being me. But now y'all saying I sound like shit. It's literally me being me. It's the same shit I was doing on my first album. Y'all just don't respect it no more. Because there's too many other artists out that y'all love over me. That's what happened, man. Fans move on. Especially when you think you're the shit and they're going to stay with you. Man, these fans are fickle. They're going to move on to the next hottest artist.
As it stands today, Feed the Streets 3 remains Roddy Ricch's latest project to date, over 3 years in the past. But the even bigger problem, though, is, as we're about to see, all of this same pressure and that fear of letting his fans down again is likely the exact reason why Navy is still locked in the vault. If you thought the rollout for his past 2 projects was messy, then you will not believe what I'm about to explain. Initially announced all the way back in May of 2024, in May of 2024, Roddy Ricch revealed the name of his 3rd album, the Navy album.
Squidward, the robots are running the Navy! Not the Navy!
As for the meaning behind the title, and for choosing the color navy blue, Roddy explained this to Big Boy TV.
And the album is called The Navy Album?
The Navy album.
Why?
It's named after my daughter.
Gotcha. Your daughter's named Navy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
When the Navy album was first announced, Roddy and his team gave us this initial release date of December 6th, 2024. And to help reignite some hype, along with the announcement came the album's lead single, Survivor's Remorse. Beginning with the lyrics, let's talk about everything so I can give it some closure. This personal track by Roddy hears him touch on everything from his addictions, the birth of his first child, and the battle of custody, plus this bar to begin verse 2. Imagine if I had $1 for every time that people say I fell off. I'd be a billionaire. He raps.
What's the biggest fall off? I got a few people. Here are the nominees. And if they clip this and you hear your name, don't DM me and say, Aqua, put me in there. Just ask yourself, why the is niggas even thinking about me for this award? Roddy Ricch, I don't even want to put you in this, but I got you, bro. They said, Roddy, you got to be up in this jump. Sorry, bro. Yeah, got to bring you up in here.
Whether you believe that Roddy actually fell off or not, I guess depends on your personal definition of the term.
Do y'all think Roddy Ricch fell off? Do y'all think Roddy Ricch fell off? Let me know.
However, while you can't deny that his popularity has slipped, I think we were all hoping this Navy album would be the one to bring Roddy back. And to be honest, their original release of December 2024 would have been perfect, especially after what went down last June.
Whatever happened to the Drake shit dropping? Like, why did that never come out?
I don't really know, honestly.
Fair enough.
While Roddy Ricch and Drake have recorded unreleased songs together over the years, such as the leaked In the Cut, that will probably never see the light of day, being the Compton native he is though, and as one of his biggest inspirations, in June of 2024, prior to Kendrick Lamar taking the stage for his pop-out concert in Inglewood, first, Roddy Ricch came out and had the entire arena rocking, as he ran through his list of platinum hits.
Banger.
Trending as high as number 2.
Damn, he said it at the pop out. So he was on it. So in his mind, the album was coming. Where did it go wrong? In his mind, the album was coming. He went and said on Big Boy, said the name of the album, a name after his daughter. At the pop out, he announced it. Navy album on the way. So in his head, who stopped it? That's what I want to know. Who the label stopped it and why?
After this viral concert, it was then up to Roddy to see if he could capitalize. And in an effort to try, arrived another new single titled 911. However, this single was sadly a miss. along with failing to chart and making very little noise. To make matters worse, it really looked like Atlantic Records had invested a lot of money into this release and promotion, likely feeling too that this was one of Roddy's best chances to spark a comeback, yet the response and streaming numbers showed them all they needed to see.
Oh, and 911. It just hit me. Shout out to my nigga 30 Rock. So 30 Rock, he produced The Box. And they haven't worked together since he produced The Box. And everybody was wondering, why not go back and work with the nigga who gave you your biggest hit? And 911 was their first record. Shout out 30 Rock again, working back with 30 Rock. That was Roddy Ricch's first time working back with 30 Rock since they made The Box together. And that's why they was saying this was going to be his big comeback record. That's what everybody thought because he got back with the nigga who gave him his massive hit. And it didn't chart. Damn. Imagine that. That's what you call your biggest play. Like, damn. All right. That's kind of like, if you look at it, that could look like a desperation move. Because it's kind of like, hey, we don't need them no more, so let's go without using them. And then now that nothing's charting or nothing's sticking, let's go back to him and make a rollout out of that. So that's kind of like a desperation. It kind of shows slight desperation. What do y'all think? I don't know. I would be like, hold on, nigga, don't come back to me now, nigga. You didn't come back after I gave you that hit, nigga. You didn't fuck with me. Now that you need me, now that your shit ain't hitting, now here you come. I don't know. You could be looking at it that way, but let's keep watching.
Far from the hit they were hoping for, and as it now appears, 911 will not even make the final track list for the album.
Like, I talked to Roddy Ricch at the when we went to the Kendrick show. Okay. He was there, and we had a quick little conversation, and he still seemed his confident self. Like, he was like, yo, I'm coming, I got this, and nothing.
Over the next few months to close out 2024, Roddy Ricch only continued to claim that his album was still on the way. The Navy album, the 6th of December, came this tweet last October, which has since been deleted from his page. This original date of December 6, 2024 would have also marked the exact 5-year anniversary of his Please Excuse Me debut album, adding yet another great reason he should have dropped, not to mention what happened only 3 weeks earlier. Released as quite the pleasant surprise, out of nowhere in 2024 arrived GNX, and included in the 12-song tracklist of Kendrick Lamar's 6th album is a short feature by Compton artist Roddy Ricch, on Dodger Blue. And despite only singing a few lines right here in the hook, this collab Dodger Blue would go on to mark Roddy Ricch's first time back on the Billboard charts in over 3 years, which, when we consider the previous heights he had soared to so fast, is pretty crazy to think about.
It was like, I had to. It was no other option, you know, and for him to even, you know, for me, it was like, I know everybody was there, but for them to reach out and be like, man, you got to be there.
A part of it.
You know, that was like bigger than anything. Yeah.
Roddy Ricch's contribution to GNX at least reminded the world that he is still alive and does in fact still make music, contrary to the popular Google search. But yet, despite one of the biggest stars on the planet having swooped in now twice, as the month of December 2024 finally rolled around, the Navy album was nowhere to be found.
Damn. Do y'all think that would have been, if ever a time, I think so too, if ever a time to drop this album you've been teasing to your fans for a year, drop it right after the pop out, because the West Coast was the hottest project in music. Like, for sure, you can't deny what GNX did. It shut down music. I think all the records make Billboard 100. Like, I think all the records made Billboard 100. If not all the records, majority of the project for sure made Billboard 100. If ever a time to say, fuck this, let me piggyback, it would probably be right then. Let me piggyback. Nigga, I'm on this project. Everybody talking about me. They talking about the West Coast. I could probably get Kendrick to shout it out because I'm going to be at the video shoot. I could get something done where I could help. I don't know. If ever a time is what I'm saying, that would be the time. That window of opportunity was right there. Drop it now.
Yet another perfect opportunity. Almost 7 months after he announced it in advance, and we still had nothing. Well, besides this quick post by Roddy, the Navy album, 2025.
My problem is that he dropped singles earlier, like I think a couple months ago or last year, I don't remember, and I was like, oh, he's gonna drop his album soon, and then didn't. So are these rappers just allergic to having a good album rollout? Like, look at ASAP Rocky, Roddy Ricch, it's like practically no rollout at all.
To try and help ease some of the pain, rather than the previously announced album, Roddy did give fans another new single last December instead. this one titled Lonely Road featuring Terrence Martin. But at this point though, being only the first delay, most fans were able to tolerate it. Sure, they were upset to have to wait longer, but it's nothing we've never seen before. Rappers lie all the time. However, as 2025 kicked off, we had no idea that this fumbled album Rollout was about to get so much worse. 5 times worse, to be exact. If you were to tell me at the beginning of 2025 that an entire year was about to pass and Navy was still not released, I probably would have called you insane. But yet, here we are. Following the Navy album's first unexpected delay, again only hours before it was supposed to release, the next release date we were given was then for February 21st, 2025. Only for this day to, once more, quietly pass with not a word from Roddy Ricch or his team. From February, it was then rescheduled to April 25th. However, of course, April 25th would come and go without a peep, and the same with its next date, July 18th. Fumbling a little bit of momentum here too that he had built from his F1 movie single. By now, fans were definitely starting to get impatient, which it's understandable why. Seeing it.
Damn, he did have that song for the F1 movie. That song didn't really go crazy on radio. It went crazy like on that movie. It didn't really go crazy on radio though, at all.
As we had now been lied to multiple times.
But it's time to talk about someone else who's scared. I thought the West was up. That's what I thought. It would have been an easy alley-oop if you would have dropped your album in February like you said you was going to.
Keep in mind too that throughout all of these annoying delays, fans have been basically left in total darkness, with no reason or explanation for these last-minute changes.
Clearly, this isn't a Roddy call. That's what this is telling me. Just looking at all the times out, like being reminded how many times he was pushing it on radio, pushing at the pop-up, pushing it on his Instagram. As an artist in his mind, because I know what it's like. I manage multiple artists. I know what it's like in their mind when they think an album is coming. They don't give a fuck what the label say. Hey, label will be like, hold down till we get a definite date. And they might mention a date, and then an artist could be antsy and announce it. Let's see how people respond. And then we could drop a record out. Let's see how they respond to this record. And if it don't get the responses that they think, based on how much money they done put into it, hey, look, we done put 80K at radio. You know what I mean? We done got a couple spins. It's not reacting. Hold on. Let's think about this. Maybe you should get back in the studio. Let's work on finding a single. Sometimes artists be like, I don't want to do that, but fuck it. This way they start getting mad at their label. And y'all have seen it time and time again when artists get mad at their label, go to Twitter and say, oh, Atlantic Records is holding my album, tell them to free my shit, or tell them to drop me, or you know what I mean? You see the artists be disgruntled on Twitter, on X. So maybe that's what's coming next. Because Roddy Ricch is definitely challenging, but he does have everybody wanting him to live up to the box, man. And that shit, I don't think that's... Anything is possible. I ain't gonna say it ain't possible. Anything is possible, but I don't know, man. I can see that being the next thing where Roddy Ricch takes it to social media and bashes Atlantic. I can see that being the next move. After announcing my album 5 times on the internet and making me look crazy, I definitely could see him saying, fuck Atlantic Records, let me out my deal, shit like that.
October 24th would follow suit and pass by with nothing. And then came our most recent release date, as of this video, December 5th, 2025. But, to no one's surprise, the Navy album was removed entirely off of every streaming music site and pre-save platform.
Wow.
Only 3 days before it was scheduled to drop.
Wow.
Self-destroying its hype all over again.
3 days before?
And just for the record, it's worse now because it's not just that the album, the Navy album.
Yeah, the Navy
it's
album.
Not just that that's pushed back. It's been completely deleted off Apple Music.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's not even a pre-page anymore.
Oh, wow.
Having raised the total up to 5 delays in just this past year alone, the Navy album is honestly already a meme before it's even out. At this point, just tell Roddy to keep that. The top comment jokes actually had some interest in this album and in Roddy's return, but it has fully faded. Crazy how artists destroy the hype for their own projects. I can wait for something that is a year away, but don't tell me that it's 2 months away on 5 separate occasions.
Well, of course, Roddy Ricch, as usual, this is like the 4th or 5th time that his album, The Navy, has been pushed back.
Now, this is a one-of-one album because I have never seen an album get announced a release date just to get delayed this many times, bro. I think it's been about 5 times now.
With each delay that passes, the anticipation for new Roddy Ricch music is continuing to fade more and more. Like, take one look at his Instagram comments, and you'll see that they are flooded with disappointed users who are tired of being lied to. Even some of Roddy's own fans are now calling him a former rapper. However, while there's no denying that all these delays have been terrible for his momentum, we still need to answer one big question. What is causing all these delays in the first place? Is it really just Roddy being scared of another potentially poor response?
No.
Or is it his label holding him back?
Yes, label. All right, you got to remember, man, Atlantic Records fired a shitload of staff. Within that staff was a lot of people who helped Roddy Ricch. Even Dallas Martin, the person who was there, that was right there with Roddy Ricch the whole step of the way and helped orchestrate and coordinate that album. He's not there no more. So Roddy Ricch is at a label, and this happens a lot, where a label will drop the people who helped you, the person who signed you. They will do a whole switch where they'll get rid of the president, and whoever the president hired, they all fire with the president when he gets fired. So they bring in a new president, and the president gets to pick his staff of who he wants on a team. So the people who was once there that felt you were the star of Atlantic, they're all fired. They're gone. A lot of those people are no longer there. The people who you had personal relationships and built a bond with that really cared about your career, they're gone. So now the people that's in the office, they just look at you as another artist on a label. They have no investment with you. No. You know what I mean? We don't really know each other, nigga. I got hired here. You're one of the artists I'm gonna help, so you're just a number in my eyes, basically. Like, yeah, I know who you are, but there's no emotional investment between us. I didn't watch you come in. I didn't spend multiple studio nights with you, and we talked about what's gonna happen when I drop your first album, and then be able to see your first album come out and be a #1 record and a #1 album, all this type shit. So it don't be no emotional investment, and that's when the artists be like, damn, I don't even have the people helping me that once was helping me here no more, and shit, that's what be happening.
Over the past decade, Atlantic Records has developed an extremely poor reputation when it comes to managing rappers. From Cardi B, Meek Mill, Gucci Mane, Lupe Fiasco, and Lil Uzi Vert, just to name a few, countless big names have come out and publicly complained about their issues with Atlantic. Which, if you ask Joe Budden, Joe believes that Roddy's release issues and all 6 of these delays stem back to problems with his label.
Since all Julie and Craig leaving Atlantic, what artist at Atlantic?
Yeah, I forgot he's over there.
He's in the rut.
Yeah,
I can imagine people on Atlantic trying to do the Lil Uzi Vert.
I can see it.
Get me the out of town.
Yeah, get me out of here.
Atlantic people, if I'm wrong, call somebody's phone and know me.
Believing that Roddy's current label issue may be similar to Lil Uzi Vert's, who, at least according to the popular theory, appeared to have pulled a Frank Ocean last year and released his Eternal It Take Two album simply to get out of his contract with Atlantic.
Let me just give y'all something so I can get up out this motherfucker.
While never actually confirmed, Uzi himself has hinted at this multiple times on social media. Yet, in the case here of Roddy Ricch and the Navy album, if a label such as Atlantic knows that something will significantly underperform, like his last 2 projects have, then they will often decide to shelve it, rather than waste the money if they know they can't recoup.
Right.
Which, sadly, this not only sucks for artists as they are no longer in control, but also for us fans who just want to hear new music.
Live Life Fast or something wasn't received well.
Right.
I think they're scared of that. Or whether it be him, the label, somebody, we can't have another one of those.
Right.
If you ask me, I believe we're seeing a little of both here. Roddy Ricch is likely worried about another potential miss, and Atlantic is scared of having to pay for it. But
I don't think it's Roddy Ricch. I think it's the label. I mean, it's not Roddy Ricch. Obviously, he's letting you know he's excited. That shows you that as an artist, he's excited he finally got a date. It's like, nigga, shit, nigga. Hey, August 4th. Hey, July 12th. Hey, December 5th. I'm going to keep announcing. That means I'm excited about it, nigga. But now y'all making me look stupid because it's something in between. And what it probably is when y'all put out that pre-order link, that's probably what it is. Y'all put that pre-order link and you don't see the fans being receptive and ordering that album like y'all expected. We thought 40,000 people was going. We thought 100,000. We thought 80,000. We thought 10,000. And you see, like it was like with the Bia album that just came out. All that they did that last week push on Bia, had her beef with Cardi B. All that shit was being talked about, and the album came out and did like 700 or some shit, 1,400. It just be like that. It'd be like they can tell when something's for the flop, but they'd be like, maybe. If we could spark up this with this person and get him to engage, it's going to drive traffic. And then it doesn't drive traffic, and they try to brush it underneath. And they look at that like, damn, Roddy, if we come out with this album and we follow up after Kendrick Lamar's GNX, and this album come out and do 6,000, 4,000, 3,000, that's going to look crazy. So let's not put out at all. I don't know, man. That's what these labels do. That's why I be like, man, if you ain't got to sign to a label, don't sign to a label, man. But, you know, you got to have capital. You got to have money if you want to be independent. Everybody want to brag about being independent, but you got to have money. This shit is expensive, man. It's expensive as a bitch.
It's whatever the issue really is behind the scenes. In my opinion, Roddy and his team just need to release the album and accept whatever response comes with it. Because the longer they wait, the worse it will continue to get. You already have some suggesting he should scrap this rollout altogether and start over from scratch. But again, if the Navy album is another flop, then they have no one else to blame but themselves.
All right. Shout out my nigga Bird, man. Yeah, man, Roddy Ricch. I think he still got it. I think he got an opportunity to still be big. I just think he with the wrong label at this point, the wrong team. You know, that's my only way to put it, because at the end of the day, he still has the talent. Roddy is still Roddy. Roddy is still dope. And it just be the team sometimes, man. It's just the people who once was with you is no longer with you. And that, it makes it like, it's noticeable. We notice, as fans, we notice like something's not right. You don't have the same producers no more. You don't have the same, like, the rollout isn't as exciting no more. You don't have the same creatives around you no more. All that shit play a part. That's why it's like, it takes a team to be a popping artist. No one artist can just pop by itself. It takes a dope cameraman, a dope photographer, a dope A&R, a president of the label. If you're gonna be signed, he gotta know what he's doing. A radio rep. Those are very important. People don't never shine lights on the radio reps. They're the ones that got to go sell these motherfucking albums to the DJs, you know what I mean, and to the the PDs and the MDs at the stations and all that. They got to go sell it and make sure that you're playing it. And any favors we can do for you, man, we'll make sure you come and host a nightclub for you. You know what I mean? Whatever the fucking case may be. But it takes a lot. It's a lot of moving parts to make an artist move and shine to be a #1 artist. And once those needed parts and tools are stripped from you, from your team, it's evident. It's obvious. We notice. Because things don't start hitting the same. Things don't start looking the same. Things ain't sounding the same. So you know how it go, man. So it just sounds to me like Roddy just got to build a strong team around him again. Maybe go get back with the original people if you can. Figure it out, but it probably isn't going to work at Atlantic. So until you get off that contract, a lot of those people are probably not going to work with you again. Maybe Atlantic left a bad taste in their mouth. You know how it go, man. But let me know what y'all think, man, about Roddy Ricch. Is there still opportunity and a chance for him to pop off? Should he keep the same motherfucking album name, Navy? Or should he change it and come with a whole new rollout? Let me know what y'all think. I'm going to give y'all 2 seconds to smash the like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction.